money pit might just be a sinkhole.
Much of what's been found on Oak Island no longer exists, and skeptics say the money pit is nothing more than a sinkhole. There are several other sinkholes and tunnels on the island which support this theory. Further evidence to suggest the money pit is just a cavity is the seemingly non-existent original tablet claiming to acknowledge the treasure.
Flooding prevented anyone from digging for 40 years.
The Onslow Company took up the dig in 1803, shortly after McInnes and his friends allegedly discovered the pit. Once they reached around 90 feet, they reportedly found a cryptic tablet that professors and pathologists spent years decoding. Evidence of this tablet's existence, though, is scant. The tunnel they dug flooded, and though they attempted to drain it, the pit continued to fill with water. This prevented anyone from digging for about 40 years. When the Lagina brothers reportedly bought a controlling interest in Oak Island in 2006, modern technology and equipment allowed them to advance the dig that was thwarted by environmental circumstances for so many others.
Curious kids allegedly set the Oak Island mystery into motion.
The mystery of Oak Island allegedly began in 1795 when Daniel McInnes, or McGinnis, who lived on the island, found an impression in the earth and recruited some of his pirate-obsessed friends to help him dig. According to the story, they tunneled about 30 feet into the ground. They dug through layers of stone, putty, charcoal, wood, and coconut husks, but to no avail. It would be decades before the Onslow crew picked up where they left off. There doesn't appear to be any evidence to support this story, however. What's more, at least one source claims McInnes and his friends were well into adulthood by 1795, not children as the tale asserts.
Vincent, Astor helped fund an excavation on Oak Island.
John Jacob Astor Roman IV was American royalty, a hotel tycoon and descendant of wealthy fur traders. In 1912, he went down with the Titanic. His son, Vincent Astor, took over his fortune. Among other investments, the young socialite helped fund an excavation on Oak Island. Although Vincent Astor never visited the island, he ranks among famous people who have been fascinated with Oak Island's elusive money pit.
A group in the 1970s thought they saw a human hand in the pit.
In 1971, treasure hunters called the Triton Alliance lowered cameras into a human-made pit called borehole tanks in an attempt to see if there was anything valuable hidden in the darkest depths of the money pit. They had limited success with the camera, but still managed to uncover a few mysterious objects, including what some believe to be a human hand. According to archived newspaper articles, a pathologist from Halifax University confirmed the possibility that the damp clay could preserve human tissue. One theory suggests the drill used to create the shaft severed the hand of one of its operators. Other speculation claims a plastic hand was dropped into the hole to gauge environmental circumstances.
Oak Island may have connections to the Knights Templar and the Freemasons.
The Knights Templar was created to protect Christian travelers on the roads of the Holy Land. When Europe was thrown into the Crusades, the Templars found themselves at the center of the fighting. Kings trusted the Templars like a bank, and the organization grew significantly in wealth and population. The King of France took notice and began imprisoning members of the Templars in an attempt to take their wealth. Some people believe a fraction of the Templars fled to Scotland, taking their greatest treasures, the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant, with them. They think these remaining Templars created a new organization, the Freemasons, to help guard Templar treasures and secrets. And finally, they believe the Freemasons eventually carried the Holy Grail and the Ark of the Covenant to Oak Island and buried them at the bottom of the money pit. Proponents of this theory cite the large stone cross laid out over the island, a mark of the Freemasons and Knights Templar. Other Freemason symbols have been found engraved elsewhere on the island, too, leading some to believe the Freemasons were prominent there at one point.
Even FDR wanted to find treasure on Oak Island.
In 1909, the Old Gold Salvage and Wrecking Company undertook an excursion to find the Oak Island treasure. Future President Franklin Delano Roosevelt purchased stock in the expedition and even visited the island during the excavation. It didn't turn up any meaningful results. FDR even communicated with acquaintances and fellow treasure hunters about the mystery as late as 1939, in the middle of his presidency, which lasted from 1933 to 1945.
The Oak Island mystery is based on a secret message.
About around 90 feet down, the Onslow Company, the first big group to reportedly undertake the Oak Island mystery in the early 1800s, found a stone tablet with a secret message. The crew then hit what they assumed was a treasure chest, but when they came back the next day, the hole had 60 feet of water in it. In the late 1880s, a professor at Halifax University claimed he decoded the tablet and said it read 40 feet below, 2 million pounds lie buried. Years later, however, Barry Fell, an epigrapher, claimed it was a Coptic inscription telling people to remember God. The only source documenting the inscription of the stone is a cipher written by Reverend Kempton in 1949. Although Kempton's cipher is missing, a copy of his records can be found at the Nova Scotia Public Archives.
Hey guys, thank you so much for the support and likes and comments down below, and also thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to see you in the next video. Then take care, bye.